Well, welcome to Tips and Tricks. Tips and Tricks is the place where you find new and old settings and how you use them in your personally setup. Follow the newsletters, follow these tips and tricks, and you will have the latest information at hand at all time. The first we're going to talk about is color in plants. Many users have been asking, is it possible to have some kind of separation between the lines with a color difference? You can do that by choosing up in the top menu. You click on color in plants and you will have three different options. As it is right now, it's white and white, that being one color. You can choose a light gray for a more discrete separation, or you can choose dark gray for a higher separation, which might be easier to see the different lines. This is a personal setting, and with personal settings, we always have to remember to keep it in our system to save it, and you go to your DSL and press Save Your Settings. Now this is my personal setting, and this setting is going for many different plans. If I go to holidays, you will see the stripes is follow me there. That's all there is to say about colors and plans. It is a personal setting, so you can work with it and always remember to save it in DSL so it's also there next time you come back to the booking module. The next we're going to talk about is credit notes. This is comparing to the new Danish rules about fiscal system that have been introduced in Denmark from the 1st of January 2024. That means it can be different to your area and other rules can be applied for that. Check with your local office. I am now going into an invoice that I want to correct. And the first thing we normally will do was cancel the payment and then correct it. That's not allowed anymore due to the new fiscal system. Now you have to leave an electronic trace so you can see if there have been made any changes on an invoice. What you have to do instead of is you have to go in and say cancel, and it asks you to confirm that, and we say OK. There's a new window open up here, and there's a possibility to say yes or no, and we have to say yes. When we say yes, all the wares and also the payment will be cancelled, and you can see it will show up on the bill reversed. So now this invoice is in zero. But we still want to have the payment for the different items from the client. So we go back, mark the payment and say cancelled. And it again come back and ask us to confirm, and we confirm it. Now the new window is open up and it's the same as we see before. This time we have to say no because it's only the payment we didn't like. We like to have the wares back on the bill. Now you have reversed it once more, so now the wares is back on the bill and you can start working with it as a normal open bill. First of all, the extras is not paid by the company, so we can move that to a guest bill. They are now gone, so there's only the room left, and that's where the company want to pay. That is only the room. We find the payment, and that's it, and we can check it out. Now we have the guest bill, and we can talk to the guest about that. And there is some laundry, and there's some beers, and the client said we did not have 4 beers, we have only 2 beers. We can now, because the bill is open, allow ourselves to just delete it. And in this case, we have to give an explanation. And now it's gone. Then we can go in and put in the correct number of beer. It's 2. And now we have a correct bill we can print for the guest. We pay that in cash, and that's done. Now we have corrected the first invoice into 2 correct invoices. one for the company, one for the guest, and we can check out, and we are finished. If you haven't seen the first part of the video about Ratebook, I can recommend you to see that because that gives all the basic information how to use Ratebook. I have now opened a default Ratebook in the system. As default, it had been set for 26 days, but we can change that. The feature I want to show you is down here in the left corner. There you have different modes to choose about. The first we're going to talk about is the day modes, and you can change that up here in the right corner. My personal preference will be 2 weeks, and I can change it to just 14 days. It is a personal setting, so remember to save it in the DSL, and I go here to save your settings. I like that because then I can see some extra products. So when I'm talking to the customer, I have a bigger overview. In case you want to make some kind of an upsell, you can also go into a special mode called upsell mode. And here you have the day we're talking about, and you will now see a longer list of different products. Here you have an overview that you can choose a little bit more expensive product with the different benefits for the client, but also a benefit for a little bit higher income for the hotel. There's also a possibility if you just want to see which rate you have for sale, you can list it, only rates, and then it's only the different products and all the rates you can see on the list. You can go down here and say, I only want to see the room type, and you just push only room type, and you have a list very similar to the normal room type plan that you used to work with. All that can be set to your preference, and we're going back here, and you have the standard Ratebook again. Keep an eye on Ratebook. There's always coming new features in. It is the way we're going to work in the future. So if you have any question or need extra help, don't hesitate to contact your local support office in the opening hours. Thank you for watching and see you again.